Zhao Liying started crying and shed tears to honor Zhang Guimei. I was truly moved. These two ladies are uncommon. Prior, Zhao Liying took part in the recording of the 2022 Sanan Characters Honor Service. At the recording site, Zhao Liying discreetly watched Zhang Guimei's exchange through 40 years of reality, and afterward broke down tears a few times, and discussed sonnets to honor Zhang Guimei. These two ladies are exceptional. An entertainer who battles in the film and broadcast business in utilizations with characters to contact individuals, a primary who utilizes down-to-earth activities to battle for youngsters' schooling. There is no question that Zhang Guimei's leads have contacted incalculable individuals, so Zhao Liying was additionally moved. Zhang Guimei is the head of a center school in Yunnan Territory. Throughout the long term, Zhang Guimei has just demanded a certain something, running schools and teaching gifts. Regardless of how hard it is, Zhang Guimei additionally needs to make the way for schooling for youngsters in bumpy regions. Despite the fact that Zhang Guimei was sick, she never halted her benevolent considerations and convictions. She hauled her wiped-out body to prepare such countless understudies and sent them none of dashin with her own concern. In view of this, the name Zhang Guimei ought to be recalled by us. No big surprise entertainer Zhao Liying was so moved subsequent to watching Zhang Guimei's narrative. It's no big surprise that Zhao Liying started crying and recounted the sonnets composed by the understudies to Zhang Guimei. According to the large looks et al., Zhang Guimei's deeds should be directed by sure individuals of note, so that more individuals can be aware. Furthermore, Zhao Liying is without a doubt the most reasonable person of note. Zhao Liying, most importantly, is a top entertainer who emerged from the open country. She has additionally utilized pragmatic activities to refresh her convictions and made numerous brilliant film and TV shows for the crowd, very much like the two dramatizations Joy in 2022. To Wanjia and The Breeze Blows Penelia have a real extraordinary feeling. Besides, Zhao Liying is likewise a lady, with the splendor of a lady's funness. Thusly, Zhao Liying read the sonnet to Zhang Guimei so anyone might hear, which shows how fitting it is. Some netizens remarked, each time I'm moved by the deeds of head Zhang Guimei, the public entertainer Zhao Liying, who is likewise a local of Zhangmiahang, honors head Zhang. This move is extremely fitting. The justification for why Zhang Guimei's deeds moved Zhao Liying was the reverberation of female power, yet in addition the awareness of certain expectations of the times. They are interlinked. In this way, when Zhao Liying reads sonnets, she couldn't resist the urge to cry. This completely shows that Zhao Liying is an entertainer with a delicate and exotic heart. Like us customary individuals, she shows some care of graciousness. The large peered toward Dal likewise saw that a few understudies were likewise moved. They said, I was conceived a mountain, not a stream. I need to peer down on the unremarkable gorge from the highest point of the mountain. With a great deal of solidarity in me, the test papers and numerical questions in my grasp appear to not be anything. This statement has consistently propelled me and carried tears to my eyes each time I read it. This is the force of Zhang Guimei's deeds. It can give individuals interminable mental fortitude and motivation. Simultaneously, Enormous Idol additionally saw another voice. They believed that Zhao Liying was provocative for the impact of the show, and they likewise felt that the show overexpressed the women's activist development. Seeing this data, the huge peered toward Dal's heart is very muddled. What sort of values does the individual who can say these words have? It's truly perplexing. Regardless, an extraordinary lady who has really buckled down in the field of training, and a lady in media outlets who has buckled down in media outlets for a long time, their energy and soul merit gaining from. The deeds of head Zhang Guimei ought to be commended considerably more, in light of the fact that these deeds are likewise a light, which can enlighten ourselves, yet additionally enlighten others. Here, it ought to be joined by Zhou Shen's exemplary melody Brilliance. The above are the amusement random data of the large looks et al. Assuming that you have various feelings, you can likewise share them for conversation. Much obliged 02. No name is finished. Tony Leung unites with Wang Yibo. The previous last first-class accomplice has turned into a detainee. Seeing that no name is booked for the primary day of the Lunar New Year, January 22nd, 2023, I accept many individuals will be astonished. Concerning the astonishment, it is Wang Yibo, one of the main entertainers. The explanation is quite basic. Wang Yibo's other film The Ruler of the Sky was initially going to be sent off during the 2022 Public Day Brilliant Week. Subsequently, it was abruptly reported that the document would be removed. The particular explanation isn't yet clear, however certain individuals guarantee that the film will be added to the Lunar New Year document. Thus, there is no report about the Lord of the Sky up to this point. All things being equal, no name was quick to be formally declared, and this time Wang Yibo will collaborate with Tony Leung, who won the Best Entertainer at the Foundation Grants multiple times. Not just that, Jo Soon, Wang Lei and others have likewise joined No Name, and the advantage of the super inventive setup even surpasses that of The Ruler of the Sky, which appears to can possibly be a hit. I need to concede that Tony Leung used to be inseparable from undeniable level movies, yet his statement of mouth has for sure declined lately. Concerning which film started to sink, the most well-known one is likely European Pillagers, with a score of just 3.5 on Dublin. While referencing European Marauders, one would normally consider Wu Yifan, who has been detained. All things considered, he is the subsequent male lead of the film. Obviously, around then, 2018, Wu Yifan was as yet a top entertainer, so he could be depicted as unrivaled. Intelligently speaking, Tony Leung's accomplice Wu Yifan needs to have acting abilities in Traffic, so it ought to be a success in the cinematic world. The outcome was surprising, the evaluations were not good, yet the movies was just a miserable 153 million. At the end of the day, it totally hit the road, and it should have basically surpassed the assumptions for financial backers. The explanation is that the nature of the film isn't adequate. Indeed, even with the backing of the entertainer-level driving entertainers, the crowd actually doesn't get it. The present No Name is basically the same as European Thieves as far as staffing, yet this time the top decoration is supplanted by Wang Yibo. In the event that No Name needs to depend entirely on the popularity of the really imaginative setup to get a portion of the Lunar New Year celebration, there is a high likelihood that it will come up short. The ongoing crowd is clearly a lot crueler. However long the plot areas of strength for isn't matter whether it is the entertainer or the Traffic specialty, they won't give face. Concerning the nature of No Name, it's still too soon to say, however the critical lies in whether it can keep a main concern underscore the content and loathe the entertainers. The justification for saying this is that some homegrown film and TV works have shown the peculiarity of underscoring contents and accentuating entertainers. There are many instances of adjusting scripts for entertainers, which is a regular getting everything completely mixed up. Whenever this is finished, the plot will be loaded with errors and exclusions, or a lethal bug that can't be legitimate will be created, and afterward it will end up being a terrible film. Consequently, in 2020, the television show creation industry affiliation set forward a few suppositions on the development of television shows, web dramatizations, to eliminate the gaudy and careless and underline the guidelines of creation, bringing up that the ongoing television show creation underscores entertainers, screenwriters, and chiefs. The peculiarity of light creation is well known. A few entertainers bring their own screenwriters and change the content freely on the spot, typical making of television series. It tends to be seen from this that the peculiarity of accentuating contents and stressing entertainers is in no way, shape or form scaremonger. Simultaneously, we should likewise understand that such unfortunate propensities not just exist in the creation cycle of television dramatizations, yet in addition in films. In all decency, in regards to the peculiarity of accentuating contents and underscoring entertainers, film and TV works with Traffic specialists are particularly hardest hit. The essence of the matter is that the fundamental business of Traffic craftsmen is performers, not entertainers. The motivation behind partaking in the shooting of film and TV shows is to serve his own picture as a craftsman, so the job is frequently expected to serve the picture of a craftsman. The previously mentioned peculiarities like changing the content on the spot, bringing your own makeup craftsman and ensemble craftsman, and so on, in individual film and TV dramatizations, as a matter of fact, everybody can find a suspect to check in, and the supposition is the vast majority of. It is exactly on the grounds that the above peculiarity has become all-inclusive, even to the degree that it must be controlled, that incited the television dramatization creation industry relationship to approach to pursue, which shows the desperation of the issue. Well defined for No Name, the objectivity of Wang Yibo's job will be a critical hub in the film. Accepting that, similar to Chen Yu played by Wang Yibo and Bing Huo, the hero's corona is solid to such an extent that it is mutilated, the verbal exchange of No Name will implode in a flash. Full stop. Then again, as long as No Name doesn't depend on others to arrange dishes, regardless of who assumes the part, the tone of the job will be reliable, a big part of the achievement. To make an estimate for the movies of the Lunar New Year film, the primary echelon is normally the Meandering Earth 2 and Manjiang Hung. It is hard for No Name to shake the predominant place of the two. The Meandering Earth 2 has a place with the progression of films. Not just the past work has won the blessing of the crowd, yet additionally the first work has many fans, so it tends to be known as a merited hit. Manjiang Hung is brimming with assumptions. Chief Zhang Guimei was once the head of Chinese language films. The main entertainers Shen Ten, Zhang Yi, and Yang Qiangxi have all been tried by the film market. Hence, for No Name, the best outcome will presumably be the third spot in the movies, and there are normally numerous contenders, for example, Trading Life, Chinese Ping Pong, The Jedi Strikes Back, Remote Ocean and The Bears 9 with Me Bear Center ought to be considered carefully. Might it at some point be simply a surprisingly strong contender will rise up out of it? To summarize, the movie's possibilities of no name are more stressing than blissful, and the vital lies in the general film industry pattern of the Lunar New Year record. Assuming that it resembles the 11th brilliant week in 2022, the crowd entering the theater is generally restricted, and the living space of 5 movies including No Name is bound to be pressed out by Meandering Earth 2 and Manjiang Hung. Just when there is retaliatory utilization of watching motion pictures, can films like No Name have the option to win a spot and get significant film industry income?